Here are a couple of tips for anyone sitting the APM exam tomorrow, or maybe even in the next exam sitting. And these tips are not going to help you learn anything new because, frankly speaking, at this stage, with one day to go, you're very unlikely to be able to learn anything new and be able to use it effectively. Still, these are a couple of things which could make a huge difference to your exam performance and therefore your exam result. Tip number one is for you to stay in control because it is you who should dominate the exam and not the other way around. Yes, because you guys have worked so hard in preparation for this exam. You've studied months in advance. You practiced so many questions in the run to the big day, and you actually have all that it takes to smash this exam. You've put so much into it. You got all the essential knowledge regarding the syllabus, which most of it is anyway brought forward knowledge from previous papers. And it doesn't require you to be a rocket scientist to use that. You do have the understanding, so you know how that knowledge you've got relates to performance management issues. And very importantly, you have this exam technique that works. You know how to build the answer to a question and the question that will be able to score you the marks. You've done this time and time again before the big day. So you really are ready, no matter what you get in the exam, no matter what the questions look like, no matter what kind of stuff seems to be asked in them. Remember, it's stuff that you know, it's stuff that you've worked on, it's stuff that you can do. So you just have to take a moment to slow down and regain your cool if you feel scared, if you feel stressed out, because yeah, I know the questions do feel intimidating sometimes, and we do feel sometimes like we don't even know what the examiner is asking. But trust me, guys, this is an exam on advanced performance management, and this is what you have been practicing all along. So there is something in this exam that you can do, and you must find that thing and start from it. So take a few deep breaths and remind yourself how good and capable you are and how much you've studied. Go find that one thing that you can do and keep telling yourself that you are in charge and you got this. You can totally do this. Keep telling yourself that. Tip number two is watch the time because you don't have forever to do what we just talked about. The clock is ticking and you have limited time, so you can't overrun because that would play you a bad joke. You've got 195 minutes in total for all three questions. So my suggestion is for question one, you take 95 of those minutes. It's a 50-mark question and you've got a few issues related to the same organization in this question. So taking 95 minutes for that and splitting the remaining 100 between the 25 markers as 50-50 minutes each seems very sensible to me. I would also encourage you to start with question one. Hopefully you've tried doing that because you can focus more easily on those things. There will be a few broader issues, a few different topics in that question, and there will be quite a few easy marks for you to gain from it. You know the format, you know the report layout that you must produce, so you can get that in and get a little confidence boost that you know you've done something that you know and you've scored already a few marks. So keep that in mind, and then invest, before you actually start writing, invest some of your precious time in planning the answer for each question. That time is not time lost because if you think in advance about the points you're going to write in, if you have brainstormed and planned your points, it's much more likely that those points will be relevant to the requirement and you will answer the question that's being asked. You're not going to go off topic because you're not just going to dump anything you know without thinking how and whether it relates to the requirement at all. So use a few minutes at the start to create a plan. If question 1 you will be spending on that 95 minutes, then it's okay to spend up to half an hour planning your points. Because if you do that at the front end and your points are good, then you still have just over an hour left to write something like 30 or 40 sentences, which shouldn't be that difficult to do in an hour, especially if you really thought long and hard about what you're going to say and why you want to say it. Similarly, for the remaining two questions, question 2 and question 3, you want to spend maybe up to maximum of 20 minutes on brainstorming and planning those answers before you start writing. And then remember that it's the quality of your answer, not the quantity. So when you're thinking about your limited time and watching the clock, don't aim to write too many things when you're brainstorming and planning. Yes, you should aim for something like, say, 10-mark requirement, you put down 7 or absolute maximum of 8 good points. Good points, points which are justified. You definitely bring into your answer not just what you want to say, but why you're saying it. So you have to refer to the potential impact or to the actual current impact of the points you make on performance management for that organization. And one thing that will save you time is that if you have a point that you don't know how to justify, just don't include it in at all, because you don't get half a mark for the what. Save your time and only have the points in that you can justify with performance management implications which are relevant to the requirement. And as always, do the easiest things first, both in terms of which question you would do first. I said I would encourage you to do question 1, but if for some reason you find questions 2 or 3 incredibly easy, then you should do those. But also within each question, you answer the things in the easiest thing first order. That's how you convert your planned points into sentences, and that's how, when your precious time runs out, then you would have left out the things which you found the hardest, and maybe you wouldn't have scored that much on them anyway. But this way you will improve your efficiency, you will probably score more marks than otherwise you would have. Just be careful. No way you spend 2 hours on question 1 and then you have very little time left for questions 2 or 3. Or the other way around, you spend far too long on questions 2 and 3 and then you've got an hour left to tackle question 1. I hope this helps you guys. Just go in tomorrow with the mindset of a winner and you will win. Good luck, guys.